B. Open your data file at page 2. Situation. You are Tony Yam. You work as an administration assistant at a local youth centre. Your boss, Kevin Wong, has asked you to do some tasks. You will listen to a recording of a radio interview with 2 of the counsellors from the youth centre. Before the recording is played, you will have 5 minutes to study the question-answer book and the data file for Part B1, and the question-answer book and the data file for Part B2. Remember, you must choose to do the tasks in either Part B1 or Part B2. Do not attempt both Parts B1 and B2. Complete the tasks by following the instructions in the question-answer book that you choose and in the recording. You will find all the information you need in the question-answer book and data file that you choose and in the recording. As you listen, you can make notes on page 3 of the data file. You now have 5 minutes to familiar. The recording is about to begin. Turn to page 3 of the data file. Hi everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Shirley Chan, and today I'll be talking to 2 of the counsellors from 237 Club, a local youth centre, Barney Sin and Sam Chow. Welcome to the show, gents.
Thanks very much. Good to be here.
Now, I understand you guys aren't only busy being counsellors, but are the project leaders behind the building of a skate park. Is that right?
Yes, that's right, Shirley. We're just putting the finishing touches on now, actually. It's been quite an effort.
I bet it was an expensive effort too.
Actually, the construction cost was low. We did a lot to keep the costs down and ended up spending less than expected on all the construction work.
That's good to hear. Did it take long to build?
It took us 8 weeks to build it. I'm not sure what the average is for skate parks, but I thought 8 weeks wasn't bad.
We had quite a lot of people working on it, which probably helped with both how much it cost and how little time it took.
That's right. We used a mix of contractor and volunteer labour to keep our costs down.
Yes, I can see how using volunteers along with contractors would keep labour costs down.
I can't thank the volunteers enough.
Were the volunteers all from your youth centre?
No, not all of them. The volunteers were skaters as well as 237 Club members. I was surprised so many skaters turned out to help.
It was great, wasn't it? And we had an awesome turnout of 237 Club members too.
Well, I suppose they'll all be benefiting from the park. Let's talk about that for a minute. How you think the teens will benefit?
Well, that's the primary reason for building the skate park. We wouldn't have done it if we didn't think it'd be of benefit.
For me, one of the biggest benefits is that it gives kids a space to skate where there's no traffic. That makes it much safer than the street or other public spaces.
Okay, so because there's no traffic, it's safer than the street and other public spaces. That makes sense.
It's fun too, and it's good exercise.
Yeah, I don't think the kids care too much about the exercise part of it. They just want to have fun. Teens like to complain about being bored, but they can't be bored if they're having fun.
So you think that's another benefit of the skate park, that it helps relieve boredom?
Of course. If it helps relieve boredom, that's a huge benefit.
I think it also helps teens to develop social skills. They need to learn to share and get along with the other skaters. We should do everything we can to help them develop socially.
I agree. Social skills are a must in life. Another thing I'd like to add, if I may, is that having the skate park will help to build a community for skaters. You know, give them somewhere where they feel a sense of belonging, with people that have a common interest and passion. Building a community for skaters is really important.
It sure is.
Now, speaking of communities, do you think the skate park will be a good thing for the general community?
Of course. I know some people disagree, but I'm pretty convinced that we know what we're doing.
Can you tell me why you think it'll help the community?
Well, for a start, if all the skaters are in the skate park, they'll be doing less damage to public property. People always complain about skaters damaging handrails and things. This is the solution.
As well as reducing damage to public property, it's also been shown that skate parks actually reduce youth crime. I think they reduce youth crime because they give young people a place to go and do something fun and positive with their time.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Here's another interesting thought. The skate park is a possible tourist attraction. If skaters from overseas come to Hong Kong, they'll want to come and check it out. I bet you wouldn't have thought of a skate park as a possible tourist attraction, Shirley?
No, that hadn't occurred to me.
We've also got it set up to be a venue for events.
Like concerts.
Yeah, there's a stage there and lots of space, so it'll be a great venue for events and concerts and things. I think that'll definitely be a good thing for the community, as it'll bring a lot of life and colour to the neighbourhood.
Well, it seems you're both really excited about this park, and from the sounds of things, you've got every right to be. I'd like to move on to a more serious topic now, your jobs as counsellors. I'm sure some of our listeners, especially the younger ones, have never been to see a counsellor. What is it that you do?
Well, every day will be different, but generally speaking, what we do is help people to deal with problems in their lives. People are always going to have problems in their lives, and sometimes they need help to deal with them as they arise. That's what we do. People come to us with their problems.
Yes, and we encourage them to make different decisions and choices that can help them overcome the problems. Sometimes all it takes is to sit down with someone and have a chat, and then you realize that you're in control and you can make some different decisions or choices to turn things around.
Well, it sounds to me like your job is all about making positive changes to people's lives.
Well, yes, but the important thing is that it's not us making those positive changes. They have to do that themselves. We just help.
That's right. People need to take responsibility for their own lives. It's not our job to fix their problems, just help them to fix them.
Okay, I think that makes sense. So I guess you need some pretty special skills to be a counsellor?
Well, yes and no. The main thing is that you need the ability to listen. If you don't have the ability to listen to people talking about their problems, you won't be a very effective counsellor.
And I'd add that you need a good measure of sensitivity. You won't get far without that.
Yeah, sensitivity is a must-have. You have to be sensitive to your client's needs.
I can imagine. Okay, before we finish up, I'd like to spend a little more time talking about something we mentioned earlier, boredom. When we were talking about the skate park, you implied that this was a big problem for teens.
Oh yes, it's a very common teen complaint.
Yes, we're always hearing teens complain about being bored. It's one of the most common complaints we get.
And it's a legitimate concern. That's one of the reasons why our centre runs so many activities. If we can prevent kids from getting bored, we stand a far better chance of avoiding the serious behavioural problems that can occur as a result.
Plus, we can tackle teen boredom by providing positive role models and support for our members.
That's right, Sam. We find that more often than not, it's the members who are acting as positive role models for each other, giving each other support and encouragement. It's one of the things that makes my job so rewarding, seeing the kids look after each other like that.
Definitely.
Well, it's great to know that you guys love your job so much. Anyway, our time is up for today's show, but I'd like to thank you once again for coming in to talk to us.
And I'd also like to encourage skaters from all over Hong Kong to go and check out the new skate park.
Thanks, Shirley. Yes, details of the skate park can be found on the 237 Club website.
That is the end of the listening component of this test. You will have 1 hour and 15 minutes
度強
to
烈建
complete
議
the
大
written
家翻
tasks
屋
in
企
either
再
part
聽多次
B1
嘅。
or part B2.
點解咧？因為只有下邊嗰3 part 咧先係 task 10需要用嘅嘢。如果你下邊嗰3 part 就已經放棄嘅話咧，咁請你再研究下啦，知唔知？
上3 part 聽唔到冇做，下3 part 聽到做。
通常咧 DSE 就係咁嘅啦，上面嗰3 part 咧就係 for task 5嘅，係啦。不過我唔排除佢會上面2 part 下邊2 part 係 task 5，中間嗰排就係 task 6嘅。上面嗰3 part 冇用，上面嗰 part 冇用㗎，係啊，下面嗰3 part 先有用㗎。OK， 好啦，咁我會將個錄音擺落群組度，你哋再聽。有冇人喺群組度？有冇人喺群組度？冇啊嘛，冇嘅話請你加 Part A listening and 你個 writing， 請你個 Part A 寫名